All right, February is American Heart Month, so this month at 4, every Tuesday, we've been focusing on heart health, and earlier we talked about sort of the ABCs of having a healthy heart. Now we're going to show you some exercises, and before anyone makes an excuse, you can do these right from your couch or from your comfy studio chair. Joining us to talk more about this is Margaret Bryant. She is a physical therapist at Parkland Hospital. And you know, Margaret, I guess we should just start off. I shouldn't slouch, I guess, when we have you on. Let's start off with, you know, first of all, why exercise is good for your heart to begin with, because, you know, it almost sounds counterintuitive to like put it to the test to make it better, but
sure.
it works that way.
Right. So just like the cardiologist was talking about, heart health starts with getting your heart healthy, and one way to do that is with exercise.
And it can be simple stuff.
Absolutely. So the key to exercise to get your heart rate is movement. So any kind of movement. So enough repetitive movement can really make a difference on increasing your heart rate, so that that's starting to work your heart, so that it can keep your heart healthy.
Now, if you have some kinds of different issues and so forth, you obviously want to talk to your doctor before you start adding something into your regimen. But again, you can start really small. You don't want to overdo it at first. I think a lot of people do that. They
Absolutely.
think, I'm going to get in shape, I'm going to do this right, and they go nuts.
Right, absolutely.
Look at what we've got here. This is easy.
So what the key element I want to just point out first is these couches, they are beautiful and have nice soft pillows, but if you sit in them like this and try to exercise, you're going to actually cause a lot of strain on your back,
like
and
really bad
more
posture.
Bad posture.
Okay,
so I'm going to show you, I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn to the side.
Okay.
So what I want to just mention quickly is what's called the neutral spine. So I want to think about, as I'm sitting, I want to have my ear over my shoulder and then my shoulders over my hips.
Okay.
If I can do that, then I have what's called a neutral spine, and I can better or more safely exercise.
And then you want to do your exercise,
then you want to
which can be as simple as
So it could be as simple as leg lifts, as simple as toe taps or moving the ankle, or even leg lifts.
This is that repetitive that you were talking about, that you want to be repetitive with it.
Right.
And this is something you can do if you're sort of in the house a lot, watching TV a lot. And you know, I kind of laughed at first about, what is this, a 2.5 pound weight?
That's a 2.5 pounds.
Are you sure it's not a 20?
I'm positive.
I kind of laughed at first, like, 2.5 pounds, but after you start doing it,
enough
it
repetitions.
To add up.
Right.
So let's talk about time, though. We have a graphic here, and people are always like, how long do I do this stuff?
Right, absolutely. So what the American Heart Association recommends is a moderate level of activity. So the goal for the week is 150 minutes.
Okay.
A good way to reach that goal is 30 minutes a day for 5 days.
Okay, and that would be like you could even do a walk like that, but it would have to be one of these good,
So you want to walk first in good, comfortable shoes, and you want to emphasize walking at a brisk pace so that your heart rate does increase.
Okay, and you can even do these with the walk
yes,
too.
There you go.
I've seen people with this, and this feels a lot easier than this. But you could walk with these on. You could. Or are these better at the couch?
I would more recommend those sitting at the edge of your couch or a good solid chair.
This feels like it could really give you some extraordinary quads if you're interested in the little weights while you're sitting there at the couch. But again, this can be as easy as starting with walking. Don't overdo it at first.
Right.
And if you have a pain at some point,
that's your body's signal to stop.
Okay, so if you're feeling pain, not just a little bit of difficulty because it's hard to lift the weight, but actual pain, quit it.
Quit, yes.
And then maybe talk to the doctor about it.
So yes, so then a progression would be, we're sitting, so then the next would be to stand up, and then from there, you could, I'm gonna stand up. You could do, if you need to hold on to something for stability, you could do simple marching, so good lifts like this.
And again, you've got your neutral spine. You're standing
and you have
up
your neutral
straight.
spine, yes.
So no slouching when you're doing this stuff.
slouching.
You can do jumping jacks even, but we're going to let Alicia do those when she tosses the weight.
Demo, Jason. I was looking forward to those, my friend.
So actually, you want, if this is your very first starting, you actually want to not start with jumping jacks or any big. You want to work up to it, because a jumping jack can be a little too hard on the joints, especially if we're carrying some extra weight, for example. That's a lot of stress to the joints.
Okay, so again, start small and then build from there. So start with this, and we'll go over to jumping jacks with Alicia. Again, Margaret Bryant from Parkland Hospital. Thanks for being on with us.